Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to conclude the second half of my show with a routine. Now it uses one of these. This is a 6-inch nail and a block of wood. And I need someone to just check that this really is a real nail. I need someone to come and help. Maybe not from the upper circle, but the lady in the balcony. If you'd like to work your way down, one of the ushers will help you along. Yeah, no, not you. Yeah, you. Yeah. If you can. Yeah, that's it. Come up. Come around. Fantastic. And don't applaud her, please. Please don't applaud her. Thank you very much. If you'd like to come up and help, thank you very much. And your name is
Catherine.
Catherine, pleased to meet you. Could you just slam your hand? Maybe not slam your hand actually, but just tap that. Make sure, is that sharp? It is sharp, yeah. Okay. You can see it just goes into the block of wood there. Mm-hmm. And just, again, just tap the hand. Solid, sharp, metal.
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's sharp.
Okay. Nothing in the bag? Nothing in the bag just yet?
No.
Okay. Goes into the bag, like so. And we shall just fold it over. Now, notice I have 3 other bags that look pretty much identical to the one with the nail in. Now, I should explain to the people that can't quite see that in here we have a block of wood. Yeah. Now, that is just for, in a moment, you are going to be mixing up the bags, and I don't want 3 of them to be empty for you to go, I know which one it's in. So what I'd like you to do is to turn your eyes, and if you want to play along as well in the audience, so that you won't know where the nail is. Okay. Like so. All right. Now, Catherine, what I will do, you can turn back around. Thank you. I will turn around so I can't see where the nail is. And I'll let you just to mix up the bags for secure, well, not secure, for safety, just at the tops, like this, and then you won't injure yourself. So just mix them up and then keep them in a straight line. Now, I can't see anything of any interest anyway. All right, you just tell when you've done that.
Yeah, I'm done.
Fantastic. Okay, I'd like to thank you very much, and if you can work your way back to your seat. I shan't wait till she gets there because it's a long journey back. Now, inside one of these bags we have the nail. Now, actually, Catherine, you can stay sitting, but we have bag number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Would you like me to slam my hand down on bag number 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Number 3.
Number 3, that would be this one here. Here we go. Thank you for choosing number 3. We now have 1, 2, or 4.
Number 1.
Number 1. This one here. Two left. Whichever bag you say, I shall slam my hand down on. Please make a good choice.
And the one on my left. So, right.
So this is 2 or 4.
Okay, 4.
4. You want me to slam my hand down on number 4?
Yeah.
Why do I do this? Thank goodness for that. And please hold the applause. Because inside bag number 2, the one that you wanted me to keep safe, we have the nail. Thank you. Stay sitting, please stay sitting, please. The blocks of wood are blocks of wood with a hole in. If you have any questions, you can email me on that one. There are 5 nails. One of the nails is a real solid nail, but we'll get onto that just a little bit later. Then we have the 4 gimmicked nails, and these are what make different and absolutely safe. This looks like a regular solid nail, but the gimmick is just there. This is the bit that all makes it work, because I can just snap that off. Now, if you have problems pulling off this extra bit, it probably means you're holding the real nail. So you may want to just get one of the other nails. So this is what enables me to stay absolutely safe because I can put the nail through the hole in the block of wood and it is solid. I can get someone to tap their hand on there. It is solid, it is sharp, but by disengaging the nail from the head of it, I can lay it flat. So let's go into a bit more detail about how to do this in the performance. Let's see about how to basically load the nails into the bag. First of all, just place the nail through the block of wood, and obviously do that with all 4 of them. Now with the bags, these are the sort of bags you get for sweets and candy and things like that. I bought these in specially because they're actually quite difficult to get hold of the right sort of size, and details of how to get hold of them will be at the end of the DVD. And the easiest way to actually put the nail and the block in the bag is to actually do it as you would in performance. So this is the nail, and it will go into the bag like that, and the block is now set in the safe position. Now obviously, unless Superman is watching, you won't be able to see through the bag to see how that was done. So I took the liberty and expense of ruining a bag and cutting a hole in, so you'll be able to see how it actually works. So again, nail and the block of wood, it goes into here and it just gets set like that. Now there is just a little technique to doing this, which I shall, well, I'll tell you because you're watching. It goes into here, and I'm holding it fairly near the base, okay, rather than up here. So I'm holding it fairly near the base, and as it goes in, you'll notice my little finger will just push down on the block of wood, and that will just do enough to dislodge the magnet. So it goes into the bag and it just dislodges it enough, and I can lay it down like so. And that is pretty much how to set it. I'll do it once again at full speed. So we have the nail and the block of wood. It goes into the bag like this, and that's how you load the nails into the bag. Do that with all the others, so they all go in. So you have, well, do 3 of them, and then obviously the 4th one is left till later, and that's how you set it. You can actually have someone check out the nail, and this is basically how I would do it. Now, thanks for coming up to help. Okay, so Catherine is going to help me. She's going to check out this nail, and this is one way that it's possible to have someone handle the nail. Catherine, this is just a metal nail. Take hold of it. Is it sharp on the end there? Yeah, it's made of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. Now, if you notice, I didn't just say, "Can you check out that nail?" Because if you just hand someone a nail and check it out, there is a possibility that this could happen, which is not good. Okay, so there is a little bit of audience management involved in that I want the person to check out basically that it is sharp. That's the end that's important. This isn't really of any importance. So I say, just check it out. Okay, is it sharp? So we're immediately going to this point there, and is it made of metal? Yeah, and so I'm just basically doing the action just to the middle, just to check that it is solid. Yep, and that is fine. And I will take it back in a casual way, without sort of looking a bit too worried that they're going to find this section here. So as long as you can control the audience, that should be okay. If you are a little bit worried about basically letting go of the nail, you can just hold it very casually at the middle. Say, can you just tap your hand on there? Is it sharp?
Yes.
Yep, and it's made of metal, yeah? Yeah?
Yep.
So they have effectively looked at the nail and checked that it is sharp. The one final way of getting someone to check the nail is to have the block of wood. You can do the is it sharp, and then put it through the block of wood, put it on the table, and then just have them tap down. Can you just tap down? Okay, it's solid, sharp?
Yeah, solid and sharp.
So I'm just putting words in like it's solid, it's metal, it's sharp, just to emphasize the fact without saying as such that it is a real nail. So that's the way that you can have someone examine the nail. So now we're into the performance section. The nail's been checked, it's in the block of wood, it goes into the bag as we have all learnt, and sealed up. Now there are 3 other bags which are identical. The bags are identical, and inside each of the bags, as I explained, there's just a block of wood. But in actual fact, the bags are loaded with all the nails, and let's see how I can do that. So this section will tell you how to show the bags, or at least one of the other bags, as just having a block of wood in. The bags will look like this, but for explanation purposes, we shall use Mr. See-Through, as it will be known for this particular section. The nail is set up, let's call it the safe mode, and this is what I'm able to do. I can open it up, and I'll reach inside, and I'll lift up everything. This bottom section will be held by the magnet, but I just put my finger on it anyway. I can come up, and what I'm about to do is to grab the nail between the 2 fingers. My thumb's obviously on the outside, and it's gripping the nail through the bag. So it comes up. If you've noticed, my fingers will hide the head of the nail, my thumb will hide the hole there, and so I can just show a block of wood, and I put it back, and it's going to engage again with the nail. My thumb is clamping, let me just show you this on the outside, my thumb is clamping the nail against the block of wood. So as it goes in, I can then lay it back down again, and the nail is set. So let's look at that at full speed. Inside this bag we will find that there is just a block of wood, and that goes in there like so. Here's a small tip for when you're showing just the block of wood in the bag, is when I take out the block of wood, I just casually turn the bag over to very subtly say there's nothing else in the bag, it's just a bag. So I take the block of wood out, and I'm showing the block of wood, and then I can put the block of wood back in and engage the nail. And that's just a small tip. Now at the moment everyone knows that the nail that is sticking up, it isn't. The nail that is sticking up is in this bag, and these 3 bags just contain blocks of wood. No, they don't. So I will then mix up the bags first. So one way to do it is simply to go under the table very quickly, so people don't think that you're switching the bag for maybe one that's hidden under the table. So the bags go out of sight for a moment. Another way, maybe not the best way, is just to take 2 bags, turn your back to the audience, and then quickly come around so that nobody knows where it is. You can also get a Lazy Susan, which is the turntable, so you can put the blocks on and just turn it, so again no one knows where it is. But at this precise moment the audience is possibly thinking, well, the magician knows where the nail is. So what I now need to do is to sort of negate that thought and bring someone up from the audience. So Catherine, if you wouldn't mind coming up to help. Now I've mixed them up first, and I need someone to mix them up, but I have to again do some audience management here and say, basically lie and say, purely for safety reasons, I need just to pick up the bags just at the top and move them around to your heart's content. Okay, it could be possible for them to move by the blocks, but just in case the nail is sticking out over the edge and they feel something, I don't want to take the risk. But I think it's quite sensible to say there is a sharp nail in one of these bags, just pick it up by the top, move it around however you like. Okay, so I will now turn around so that I can't see where the bags will go. So I've mixed them up, someone else has mixed them up, and so now when I turn back round, there is no way that I could possibly know where the nail in the bag is. There is one thought people might have, but we'll get onto that in a moment. So the bags have been mixed up, and the audience quite sensibly might be thinking, well, maybe the bag with the nail in is marked, and this is where we're going to eliminate that thought, because I'm going to have someone else choose the bags, and this really throws people, because now they're thinking, well, even if he knows where the nail is, he's not making the decisions. Now there's a few ways you could actually have this process go. You could just have 1, 2, 3 or 4 just by pointing to them, or 1, 2, 3, 4, it's up to you. Maybe have little markers with sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 on cards, and just balance them up against the bag. Or, well, there is an idea to maybe have coloured bags, red, blue, green and yellow, but personally I would stay clear from that method. So for me it's a simple case of bag number 1, 2, 3 or 4, and then I ask someone to name a number. If they say 3, we all know it's this one, 2, 1, 4, whichever, and that's all there is to the elimination. So 3 of the bags have been crushed beyond recognition, and I'm left with just the final bag, the one with the nail in. And I can open up the bag, reach inside, and then I can pull out the nail, still sharp and still solid. Now let me show you exactly how that works with the exposure bag. I've just renamed it. This is how it will work in reality. Open up the bag, I reach inside, I'm going to go for the head, or the sharp end of the nail, which for me, just through personal preference, is at the top left as I look. So I can reach inside the bag, grab the nail, I'm going to slide the nail just along the wood, and I'm just looking into the bag, and I can see where the magnet of the head of the nail is, and I'm going to engage the magnet in the body of the nail. They can click into place, and that's when I can just pull it out to show the solid nail. Okay, just do that one more time for you. It goes into there. Open up the bag, reach inside, slide the nail across, engages, I can pull it out, and there's the nail. This is just a subtlety I employ just before I take the nail out. I'll open up the bag, sight where the nail apparently is, reach inside, and just as I'm about to engage those 2 magnets, I'll look up at the audience just to take their attention away from the bag, in case I have to just sort of jiggle the nail a little bit to get the magnets to engage, and then I can pull out the nail to show it. I'll just do that once again at full speed. Nail is in the bag, reach inside, and inside the bag there is the nail, and that's just a little subtlety. Here's a little tip if you are worried that people may just open up the bags, which with audience management they shouldn't do, but you never know. It is possible, if you want to put the nail into the bag, close it up, fold it over. If you want to, you can just take a stapler and staple it closed, and that way they can move it around and you don't have to worry about them opening up the bag. The one downside of doing it this way is that you need the other 3 bags stapled as well, with the staple pretty much in the same place. So with them stapled, you obviously can't open up the bags to show. If you wanted to get around that, you may want to have the bags opened, show one of the other bags has just got the block of wood in, and then staple all 4 closed at the same time. But the option again is yours. But again, I don't think it is entirely necessary, but if you want to, you can do it. Now there can be a slight issue with the noise of the nail and the block of wood. So if you have been booked for the Mime Artists Association at the British Library, for argument's sake, it's going to be deathly quiet, and metal on wood does make a little bit of a noise. So I'll just cover a few things you can do to help alleviate any noise that might happen. The first thing obviously is just to be very gentle with it. So it can go in, and you just want to do very smoothly. So at the moment the nail is out, and if I put it on there, just very, very gently lay it onto the block of wood. And likewise, just taking it out, just be very, very gentle with the motions. Now, if you can't be, or accidentally, you can actually use the sound of a paper bag to mask some of the noise. And this comes down to a little bit of timing, but I will take the block of wood, put the nail in, and then I'm going to lift up the bag pretty much at the same time I want to disengage the block of wood. So it will go in, I lift it up, and it's at that moment that I've disengaged it, and I'll just rustle the bag a little bit so that if there is any noise, the rustling of the bag will help mask it. Likewise, on the way out, I've opened up the bag, and you might hear that little bit of a click as the magnets engage. So I will reach inside the bag. As I'm about to pull it out, I lift up the bag, make a noise with the bag, and very gently pull out the nail with a block of wood. So you can actually use the noise of the paper to mask any sort of noise with the block of wood. But if you are careful and gentle and no sudden movements with it, you should be fine. With this you have the 4 bags already sealed, and I don't explain anything, but I just say there's 4 bags. With this, if you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, guacamole, mayonnaise, 2 others, whichever, you can do that. But I will have 3 of these chosen, leaving me with 1. So this can be either a running gag, so after each effect, maybe in a show, you can come back to this and go, which one should we smash now? Or you can start with it, you can put it wherever you like. I will leave that up to you. So we need 3 bags chosen. Let's just suppose it's 1, 2, and 3. We can crush this, we can crush this, we can crush this, and this leaves the last bag. Now, I can open it up, I have it stapled. Okay. And I can reach inside here, square up the bag, empty hands, reach inside at fingertips, and pull out a very, very sharp nail. Now if you notice, I reached into the bag and I did it slightly differently to the usual way of loading this nail in. My hand didn't go all the way down, and I will just show you how to do that in the next section. This is another way to set the nail, which means that I don't have to put my hand all the way into the bag to pick it up. What I'll do is I'll just put the head of the nail and the block of wood into the bag as usual, and this does not lie down on the block of wood. What I'm actually going to be doing is leaving it at the top and then folding the bag over and using a stapler just to hold it in place. Okay. So for me, I will have the pointy bit just so that my right hand can pick it up. So I'm putting it at the top here, and if the camera can just pick that up, yep. So I'm going to fold it in, so it's still at the top here. I'm going to fold it over, so the nail is actually running right across the top here. And then with a stapler coming from the side, because I won't be able to put it in over the nail, just from the side, close it up so the nail is running across the top here, and I can have the bag set. So all 4 bags are set like this. So now, if I want to, I can smash all the 3 other bags, bring this to the center. This is the one that's left. I'll open it up. Okay, I'm keeping the grip. My fingers are actually underneath my fingers are underneath the nail here. My index finger goes on top, so I'm now gripping the nail between them. I can open it up, and now my fingers go into the bag, and they're actually holding the nail in place. Just give you an exposed view there. So my fingers are holding the nail in place. I can open up the bag. As my right hand goes in, I'll just angle this towards you. My right hand goes in. It grips it, literally these 3 fingers will grip the nail, let go and go into the bag, if I can, into the bag so that it connects with the nail. Like this. So apparently my hand is just opening up the bag like this. Can take a step away, distance myself from actually doing that action. Again, if I want to, if I think about it, I can just open up the bag again just to sort of re-emphasize the fact that my hands haven't really gone in. Pause, show there's nothing in the hand, just overemphasize how clean this is after I've done all the dirty work, and I can very gently reach inside the bag and pull out the nail that's really, really sharp. One nice way, if the nail hasn't actually been examined or anything like that, is just to take a piece of fruit and just put it on top, and that doesn't overemphasize, it emphasizes the fact that that is a solid nail, and I really could have hurt my hand, but I didn't.